News.
Good morning, I'm Amanda Callahan. Here's your latest news update from Western Mass News. The Amherst Fire Department is reminding people to check their smoke detectors after an overnight fire Tuesday. According to officials, crews were called to a structure fire downtown. They say the people who lived in that home were alerted by working smoke detectors and were able to make it out safely. In East Hampton, emergency crews were called to a house fire yesterday afternoon. The fire is believed to have started on the first floor of the home before burning a hole in the exterior siding and extending outside the building. After an investigation, it was determined that a short circuit in an electrical outlet caused that fire. The Springfield Detective Bureau is asking for the public's help identifying a man accused of stealing a vehicle on the night of Thanksgiving. According to officials, the man in this photo stole a Ford Ecoline van from an auto center on State Street last Thursday. The vehicle has since been recovered on Hayden Avenue. If you have any information on who the suspect is, you're being asked to contact Springfield Police or leave a private message on their Facebook.
I'm First Alert meteorologist Don Maher. Some strong winds going to be headed our way both today and tomorrow. Wind advisories up for all of southern New England, 11 o'clock this morning until 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. That's right. We're not only going to deal with the strong winds today, but also tomorrow for Berkshire County. This will actually go into effect at 9 o'clock this morning. While it is a dry start, clouds are increasing, and as a cold front approaches from the west, we'll see showers developing as we head towards the late morning and into the afternoon. Some of these showers could produce some heavier rainfall, especially as we head towards the evening commute. And this is also when I think we're going to see the potential for these winds to gust 40 to perhaps even 50 miles per hour at times. Concern would be the potential for some strong damaging winds as well as some isolated to scattered power outages. And then the breezes relax a little bit tonight before the winds ramp right back up on Thursday with gusts again 40 to 50 miles per hour. Dry day coming our way on Friday. More rain headed our way by Saturday.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.